What up, everybody? I'm dropping this video as we are officially just 10 days away from the premiere of the fourth and final season of Power Book 2 Ghost. In addition to that, episode 1 on June 7th officially marks the 10-year anniversary of Power. Johnny Paulo, who plays Brayden, also said in regards to episode 1 in an interview that it's going to be more like a movie than a TV show. So possibly this episode will be an hour plus as well. But it will definitely be action-packed from start to finish, as Season 4 picks up right where Season 3 left off, with Tariq and Brayden fleeing Noma's warehouse after the shootout. But because of this being the 10-year Power anniversary, I'm expecting there to be a major death or a major reveal, because something big has to happen to celebrate the 10-year anniversary, as well as seeing a few OG characters in this episode also. And because the fact that episode 1 is picking up right where season 3 left off, there's a good chance that Tommy's still in New York and hasn't returned back to Chicago yet. Because there's a clip from the trailer with Tariq telling somebody that he just started a war with Noma, Effie, and the Tejadas, and that he just needs that person to have his back. This can't be Brayden, so could Tariq be talking to Tommy? Because I definitely expect to see Tommy and Tasha both in this 10-year anniversary episode. But does that also mean that this will be the episode when James St. Patrick, aka Ghost, returns as well? It might be, and it might not be. But there have been rumors circulating the internet over the last few weeks saying it's been confirmed that Ghost is returning for Power Book 2 Season 4. And the 10-year anniversary does seem like the perfect timing to bring him back, and could have something to do with why this is the final season of Book 2, which has the best ratings out of all the Power books. But there's possibly a major clue from the trailer when we see Tariq and Brayden dressed in all black, with Tariq carrying an ARP and Brayden with a Tech 9mm. Correct me if I'm wrong about those guns, but they got some firepower and are about to go on the offense. But the question is, for what? Because if you notice in the background of one of the clips, you can see a high security fence. That could possibly be a prison fence. So could this possibly be Tariq and Brayden trying to bust Ghost out of prison? I normally talk about Ghost still being alive from the angle that he saw Tariq coming and faked his death as a way to get out the game. But what if Ghost did survive that shot, but he didn't fake his death, but the government faked it instead? Then they tried him as a John Doe like they did with Lobos. This could be because the fact that James was a Democratic candidate for lieutenant governor for the state of New York right before getting shot. And the Democratic Party didn't want the public knowing they had a drug dealer and a serial killer about to be in office. They already went through exceptional lengths trying to do this in season 1 by trying to pin the whole drug operation on Tasha and saying she was the queen pin, while Ghost was just an innocent victim who was trying to separate himself from her, and that's why she paid Tommy to kill him. When Ghost was shot by Tariq, Blanca Rodriguez was on the way into Truth with a warrant for Ghost's arrest for the murder of Terry Silver. And when Blanca was talking to 2-Bit, she told him that they found a burner phone on James and saying he put out the hit on Andre Coleman. And some people have said that this was proof that Ghost was dead because she got the phone off his body. But either way, it wasn't Blanca who got the phone from James, because she was getting helped up by Sax after getting knocked out by Dre when the ambulance was passing by. But at the same time, if they had James in custody, they could use the fact that he had that burner phone to put a hit out on Andre Coleman, who was a witness against him for killing Terry Silver, and saying that he killed Terry Silver because he had information that Ghost put the hit out on Mike Sandoval, because Sandoval had info that James killed Lobos. So the feds could have really put all kinds of charges against Ghost once they got him into custody. But the question some may ask is, how would Tariq find out this information to begin with? But keep in mind, at the end of season 3, Tariq was going through all of Sax's files looking for Tasha's address before he was interrupted by Kane. Could Sax have had information on Ghost John Doe status that he was keeping in his files. And either Davis or Tariq finds this information. Then Tariq gets word that Ghost is being transported to a different prison or to court or wherever he's being transported to. And that's when Tariq and Brayden break Ghost out of prison. And this wouldn't be the first or second time that we've seen a prison break in the Power universe. Like I said earlier in the video, Lobos was on trial as a John Doe for his protection when he was broke out of prison by his men and Tommy. And Tommy and his crew were able to break Alicia Jimenez straight up from out of a courtroom. So could we see Tariq and Brayden breaking Ghost out of prison next? And is that really what Tariq was calling Tommy about, asking for help breaking Ghost out of prison? And in the process, he told him that he was in a war with Noma and them. So could Tommy return for book 2 for the 10th year anniversary to help Tariq and Brayden break Ghost out of prison? Because there's also a clip from the trailer that there's a clue that something major is about to go down this episode. Tariq tells Brayden, if we do this, we can never go back. And Brayden tells Tariq, where you go, I go. This is very similar to what Ghost told Tariq before he shot him. Ghost said, son, if you do this, you can never go back. And a lot of people have speculated if Ghost is alive and he were to return, what would be his role on the show? Would he return as a drug dealer, or would it be a nightclub owner or a politician? But this could be the perfect role for Ghost to return in, a wanted fugitive. Then Ghost would be a true outlaw on the run, trying to stay one step ahead of law enforcement at all times, and really needing to live up to his nickname, Ghost, just to survive. Then Tariq could also turn to Rashad Tate to get Ghost a fake ID and a passport so he can get out of the country. But then as Ghost goes walking through the airport, he notices that he has eyes on him. That's because the technology is so advanced that something scanned his face and identified who he was. So Ghost then runs from the cops at the airport and is able to carjack somebody, and he escapes into the night, leading up to the next spinoff featuring Omari Hardwick as Ghost, titled Power Book Outlaw. On the other hand, it's been rumored for a while now that Power might have a London spinoff coming. So instead of escaping the airport and fleeing, Tariq gets the fake ID and passport from Rashad Tate, forcing Tate to do this because he blew the whistle on the Ponzi scheme. And then James is able to get through the airport and make it to London to live. But at the same time, he would always be looking over his shoulder and making sure nobody finds out his true identity. Either though, for me personally, I think it would be better for Ghost to be on the run in the States, bouncing from state to state as a fugitive because he isn't able to make it out the country on a plane. But the crazy part we got to take into consideration is if he is able to escape, it would also expose the fact that he is alive. And they were already trying to keep that hush, trying him under a John Doe status. So that could also work in his favor because they might not want to alert the authorities to expose the fact that Ghost is alive. So because of that, since James St. Patrick is officially dead, Ghost might be able to slide away under his new identity. And there you have it. Leave your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments.